In this video, I'm going to be responding to prompt number 1. As you can see right here, this was the DNA sequence that was given, and I determined that this was the template strand, and then the bottom strand that was given on the prompt was the coding strand. And as you can see, the template is 5' to 3', and the coding is 3' to 5'. From this, I was able to construct this mRNA sequence, and I found that it coded for 5 amino acids, M, V, R, F, and K. And to make this video a little bit more interesting, I've represented all of them by fruits that this caterpillar is very excited to try to eat. And then this is the codon chart I used. It was the one provided in the homework. So now that we've established what the normal strands and the normal strand of mRNA should be, we're going to go into talking about mutations. And the first one we're going to talk about is a missense point mutation. And basically what's happening here is a point mutation in the strand causes a different amino acid to be coded for. Originally, the second amino acid coded for was arginine in the normal one, but here it's serine as represented by S, and this is a little plum instead of grapes as seen before. So basically what happened is instead of coding for guanine like it did in the original strand, it coded for uracil in the mRNA, or if you want to think about it, it coded for thymine in the coding strand, and this is an example of transversion. Alright, so the next one we're going to talk about is the nonsense point mutation, and what's happening here is the mutation causes a stop codon to be read for before it was supposed to. And so this means that not as many amino acids as expected are going to be coded for. As you can see here, the point mutation was right here, which created the stop codon here as opposed to the UAA, which was the stop codon before this mutation. And as you can see, this caterpillar is very angry about this because it means he only gets to eat 4 fruits. And this was an example of transversion as well. The next one we're going to talk about, is the silent mutation. And what's happening here is even though there was a mutation, it still ended up coding for the same amino acid, which is valine, as you can see here. And instead of coding for cytosine as it did in the original, it's coding for uracil or thymine right here. And this one's not a big deal because it didn't affect the end amino acid sequence, but other mutations can be dangerous. And this was a transition. All right, and so the last mutation we're going to talk about is the read-through. And this is when a stop codon is mutated so it doesn't produce a stop codon, and a stop codon's not read. So it means it just keeps going and going and going. And so here, instead of coding for adenine, it coded for uracil. And this was a transversion that the caterpillar was very happy about.